Hello, good afternoon. This is Prabha here. I'm a deep healing coach, and today I want to talk to you about my cellular transformation method. I had a few questions from people about it. What is it about? How does it work? And what they can do, like what's special about it really. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the stand to my phone. Okay. So this cellular transformation method, it's a method that I developed, and it's something I developed in the course of my own healing and in the healing of my son. So for me, all the methods that I was looking at, even the very deep ones, they were amazing, they were great, but what I felt is they weren't looking at things quite at the level at which I like to look at things. So if there is, say, a trauma, I would look at the trauma, but for me, it's actually the pathways that cause the trauma to even occur that's of interest. So I like to go further deep, what are those patterns and pathways that are running? So say if you have a tendency to depression, it's not just the depression that's of interest, it's what is that pattern underlying it? Is it because when you need support, say you turn to yourself for support and you don't have the resources? What is it? Is it a certain specific pattern that's running, not just in you, probably in your family line? And this kind of patterns are actually, can cause multiple issues across multiple aspects of our lives. So the deeper you go, actually in some ways, the more simpler it gets, So I like to look at things as deep as I can, and that's how this came about. It actually just came about with me trying various modalities, working with it, and just improving it because I was getting better results when I did it a different way, or I was doing something else. So how did I develop it? I actually developed it while working on my own healing, for me to feel better and for me to live a life that I enjoyed, and while I was working on my son and my child to give him a life that was enjoyable and joyful. So that's how it was developed. It was developed in real time, in real life. So what is it about? So basically in this method, the starting point is actually the body intelligence. The body is a self-healing mechanism, self-healing machine. Perhaps during the process we are reminded of it, we resource it to do that, and then we kind of just allow it to do what it needs, or give it that space. That's kind of broadly what it is. It's not my preference to go into the trauma of the original incident during the sessions, because I kind of think it makes it a little bit harder for the clients. It makes it a less pleasant experience for the person who's going through the healing. They have to go through what they've already been through. So we use a lot of storytelling and imagery, and as you know, human beings have used storytelling and imagery as a way to heal for millions of years, as a way to make sense of the nonsensible for millions of years. So it really helps, because it helps us make sense of things that perhaps are not that easy to make sense of. So that's another tenet of it. The other part of it is autonomy. It's always led by the body, led by the client. The work is in the body. It's communicating with your cellular intelligence and your body intelligence. So it works largely via Zoom. So I've told you what the kind of things I use while doing it, and it's the dialoguing process on Zoom with my clients. And the reason I think it's so effective is because we try to really work on things that we work with tools that generally we find joyful, and generally we find makes us happier, makes us lighter. So whether it's drawing or painting or art, imagery, whether it's you know, with the storytelling. These tools actually make us feel lighter and brighter, and then when we go in our bodies with these tools, it can make the whole process much lighter and much more joyful. So it works really by working on those particular kind of patterns. So we go into where the patterns are stored and we try to release them from our cellular memory. That's pretty much the work, really. And why do I love it? I love it because it's light. So many times we just laugh in the sessions, we smile. There are tears, many times there are tears. The sessions are intense. There's something really quite holy about it because we try to touch like the really living essence of the person. And to me, that's something really sacred about that kind of touching. I feel like I've touched somebody really deeply during a session. So I love it. But even though we touch somebody deeply, even though it's a very intense moment, there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of lightness, there's a lot of like just harnessing those things that have brought happiness to humanity for thousands of years. And obviously, I would not have developed it to be so light and so joyful just for myself, but because there was a child involved, I really didn't want to do anything that was going to give him any sort of stress or make it hard for him. Also, he wouldn't have accepted anything that was hard for him because he's a child and he seeks pleasure. So if it wasn't pleasurable, he really wouldn't do it. So these are, I guess, the universe's way of bringing this kind of a method through me. And these are the reasons it came through me. This is a story that, that was there in my life that helped me bring it out. So I'm going to be demonstrating this in the monthly circle. It's a free healing circle. And I will be demonstrating my cellular transformation healing method in it. You can join the circle by joining my group, and you can say you're going to attend the circle. So I've actually realized I've got people from different time zones, so I'm probably going to have like 2 different kind of times when I have this circle. So if you're interested, I'll drop a link to my group and you can join my group and add yourself in the circle. It would be my pleasure to welcome you. Thank you. Bye.